Welcome back. Today we're going to throw some ribs on the smoker and wrap them. We're starting out with St. Louis style ribs. We're going to want to make sure that our pit is fired up and ready for these ribs before we start prepping them, because you don't want to get your rub on there and start pulling moisture out of the meat. Because once you start pulling the moisture out of the meat, you're going to cool your surface temperature, and it also can impact your bark in a negative way. All right, our smoker's fired up. We're going to pat our ribs dry with paper towel. We're going to flip them over, remove the membrane. Then we're going to apply plenty of rub to both sides of the ribs. As far as a rub, we're using SuckleBusters Hog Waller. It's my favorite. It tastes wonderful, and the end product just looks gorgeous with a nice, great, smoky red looking slab of ribs. All right, now that these ribs are seasoned, let's get them on the pit. We're going to smoke them at 225 degrees. I'm using different wood pellets today. I'm using Traeger Signature Blend. It's got maple, cherry, and hickory. And it actually turned out great. It was amazing. I'm definitely going to use it again the next time we smoke. We're going to let these ribs cook for 3 hours, and then we're going to come back and mist them with half water, half apple cider vinegar if they're looking dry. And we're also going to get the probes in them. Once we do that, we're looking for 165 to 170 degree internal temp before we wrap them. We're going to wrap the slab of ribs in butcher paper. I don't use foil because it can trap the moisture inside and actually, have a negative impact on your bark. The butcher paper allows them to breathe. So I use the butcher paper. From here on out, if your ribs are wrapped, you can kill your smoke and continue to cook them at 225 degrees. You don't have to check them. You're just looking for an internal temp of between 201 and 203 degrees. Once you hit that, you can pull them off. I did hit them with another wrap just because the wrap was greasy, and let them rest for at least 20 minutes. And then you can slice, serve, and eat. Look at these ribs. They look delicious. So I have to admit, the wrapped ribs were delicious. Unfortunately, my test was inconclusive because I used 2 different brands of ribs because that's what they had at the grocery store. So coming up next, we're going to do a full comparison of wrapped ribs versus non-wrapped ribs and give you a verdict, at least from the stuff coming off of my pit. So that video is coming. We just need to do some more testing. I hope you found this guide useful. Thanks for tuning in. If you're enjoying the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. My name is Laz, and I'll talk to you guys soon.